Hey, Peter. God dang it, Bobby.
Amon Amarth is a five-piece metal band consisting of vocalist Johan Haag, lead guitarist Olavi Mikkonen, rhythm guitarist Johan Soderberg, drummer Jaakko Wahlgren, and bassist Ted Lundstrom.
Some may call them Viking metal, or some may call them melodic death metal with a Viking theme. Whatever your opinion, Amon Amarth has been around for almost 30 years and has etched their names as one of the most popular bands of the last 20 years.
Once Sent from the Golden Hall was the first studio release from Amon Amarth in 1988, and the album features a harsh production and really settles into the Viking formula with songs like Victorious March, Without Fear, and Abandoned.
The Avenger is the second album from Amon Amarth, which released in 1999. The band improved their old-school heavy production that the fans loved. Feature songs include Metal Wrath and Legends of a Banished Man.
The Crusher was released in 2001, and this is the album that the band started to sound more polished with. Featured songs include Bastards of a Dying Breed, Masters of War, and Risen from the Sea.
Versus the World was released in 2003. This album is considered to be one of the best by die-hard fans. Amon Amarth's songwriting prowess started to come into play with Versus the World. Every song feels perfectly placed, with a deadly execution of drums, guitars, and Johan Haag's powerful voice belting out throughout the album. Featured songs include Death and Fire, 1,000 Years of Oppression, Across the Rainbow Bridge, and Bloodshed.
A year later, Amon Amarth released The Fate of Norns. It seemed like it was a bit of a step back for the band after they released Versus the World. Featured songs include The Fate of Norns, The Pursuit of Vikings, and Arson.
Let's skip forwards to 2006. The band has been touring constantly. Odin on her side is the perfect definition of what Amon Amarth was in their prime. This is when the band started to generate a great deal of popularity and everyone was pretending to be a Viking when they saw the band live. This album showcases the songwriting power of the band and the incredible lyrics of Johan Haag.
Songs like Valhalla Awaits Me are absolutely gut-wrenching and full of so much emotion. Every solo, riff, and vocal melody is meticulously placed to awe the listener and simultaneously beat them to submission. Not a lot of bands can incorporate musical melodies like Amon Amarth. Other featured songs include Runes to My Memory, Cry of the Blackbirds, and Under the Northern Star.
This album is tremolo picking heaven. Twilight of the Thunder God is the quintessential song that everyone talks about when Amon Amarth is mentioned. By this time in their careers, Amon Amarth are starting to headline festivals and tour all over the world. Every man, woman, and child has grown a beard as well. Skull! You can tell the band can afford to get a more polished sound, and the production is amazing. Thor, Odin's son, protector of mankind, Ride to Meet Your Fate, Ragnarok awaits. Feature songs include Twilight of the Thunder God, Guardians of Asgard, and Embrace of the Endless Ocean.
Surtur Rising was released in 2011, and the Norse god Surtur is featured in the album cover. This record also feels so powerful. It's slightly less accessible than Twilight, but also feels heavier. Featured songs include Live Without Regrets, War of the Gods, and A Beast Am I.
In 2013, Amon Amarth released the album Deceiver of the Gods. This is when some fans began to say that the band lost their step. This album started to mark a place where the band seemed to become more complacent in their form of Viking metal music. Featured songs include Deceiver of the Gods, As Loki Falls, and We Shall Destroy.
In 2016, the band released Yoms Vikings, and it was a return of form for the band. This album was based on the Yoms Vikings of the past who were mercenaries. Featured songs include Raise Your Horns, First Kill, and At Dawn's First Light.
Amon Amarth's latest album is Berserker. It released in 2019, and the riffs hit harder, Johan's vocals are back to an even higher standard, and fans would say the band is improving their sound. Featured songs include Raven's Flight, Shield Wall, and Ironside.
If you're looking to check out Amon Amarth for the first time, we recommend the albums With Odin on Her Side and Versus the World.